The Amazing Spider-Man issue 4 sees Mendel Stromm angered that his Tri-Sentinel is now under Spider-Man's control and rampaging through the city, since this was meant to be his moment to shine now that Norman Osborn isn't around. Spider-Man meanwhile takes the Tri-Sentinel on a tour of the city, using it to stop many criminals, but also causing huge amount of damage to New York. Peter watches from home and Aunt May asks him why he's so glum, but thanks to his current situation, Peter's mind is elsewhere, thanks to him trying to take responsibility for everything around him, since he feels he must do something. Meanwhile, the Spider-Man is having a great time meeting celebrities and even getting endorsement deals. Because of this, Peter feels nervous, angry, and a little jealous. Peter finally responds to his aunt, saying that he's got a lot on his mind and has been busy with other things to give Dr. Connors' deal a serious thought, like she asked. May is reminded of something and gives Peter his birthday card, but Peter says his birthday isn't for a couple of months and she says she must be getting old, but still wants him to keep the cash in the check that's inside the card so he stays up on his rent. Peter says he can't accept this, but his aunt says that she's taken up online poker and is surprisingly good at it. She wants him to know that if she seemed disappointed in him recently, it's because she always sees so much potential in him, but every time he starts living up to it, he makes a massive mistake. But she knows it's because he's helping others. She says since Peter has been putting everyone first, maybe now is time to put himself first. As he leaves Maze, Peter learns Spider-Man is now operating an Uber-like service. This is the last straw for Peter, so he goes to the hero wanting to talk to him. Spider-Man isn't interested in talking, so Peter uses one of his web shooters to grab onto Spider-Man, flinging him through the city. Even though Peter is terrified of falling, he hangs on, telling Spider-Man they really need to talk. Spider-Man says that his life is going well, but Peter says that he's trashing the city. Spider-Man doesn't care since he's providing jobs for people when he destroys stuff, and Peter explains to him how the experiment that split them also split their responsibility. But again, Spider-Man doesn't care, making jokes and calling Peter a mess as he squandered his powers. Peter asks what happens when Spider-Man needs to suffer something bad because he needs to do what's right. But Spider-Man doesn't care, and Peter says that he sounds like he did the night Uncle Ben died, but Spider-Man doesn't know who Uncle Ben is. Spider-Man webs up Peter, telling him not to follow him. Later on, Peter visits Dr. Connors, whose students are mourning the deaths of the 2 mice from Connors' experiment. Kurt says the experiment has a fatal side effect, and it began with a loss of learned skills and memory loss, much like what Peter experienced with Spider-Man earlier that day. Kurt says it's like both mice needed the other half and without them they are nothing. Mendel meanwhile finishes building another of his robots, but it fails on startup, causing him to curse that nothing has changed since Osborn is gone and that he thought that it would be his time. As he breaks down, thanks to his failures, a voice tells him not to be so hard on himself. Mendel demands the voice's owner shows themselves, but they won't, saying they are bringing him gifts to use in his quest to kill Spider-Man. The voice wants to make a deal with him, and that if he does, he will give him everything he needs. Leaving his lab, he finds the voice has gifted him with multiple huge Tri-Sentinels, saying there is always more where the original came from. The Amazing Spider-Man issue 4 was another fun issue that saw Peter's current predicament explained a little more and the fatal ending for both him and Spider-Man possibly revealed. I really love how that even without his powers, Peter is trying to help where he can and keep Uncle Ben's words alive. On the other side of that coin, we have obviously Spider-Man, who is using his powers better than Peter ever did, and it's getting him, endorsement deals, and the city kind of loves him and everything. But of course that's not without its detriment, since he's kind of destroying all the city and doesn't really have any responsibility or doesn't want to take any responsibility. I'm really excited for the inclusion of Mendel Stromm now as well as a villain for Peter, and I'm interested to see how he's going to come after Peter or come after Spider-Man in the next issue, and I can't wait to see Peter and Spider-Man get back together and how they all get back together. I'm going to give this issue a 9 out of 10.
Hey everyone, thanks for watching my newest video. If you enjoyed it, you might also like to check out my other reviews here on my channel. You can also follow me on various social media platforms like Twitter by searching Matt_FOS, or even join the Comic Multiverse Discord server and chat with other comic book fans, including myself and Joel from Cape Joel. Want cheap comics and trades? Head over to the book depository with the link in the description to get the cheapest trades and comics around, along with free shipping anywhere in the world. Until next time, this has been Matt of the Fortress of Solitude. Thank you so much for watching.